Good afternoon, coaches. My name is Coach Soto. Welcome to today's briefing. Today I'll be talking to you about golfer's elbow, also known as medial epicondylitis. We'll be talking about the signs and symptoms, the management, and the prevention of the injury. What is golfer's elbow? So golfer's elbow, again also known as medial epicondylitis, is the repeated forceful flexion of the wrist and extreme valgus torque of the elbow. It is an overuse injury that causes pain and inflammation in the tendons that connect your forearm and your elbow. A little bit some extra info. People report persistent medial-sided elbow pain that is made worse by everyday daily activities, so it is not just a sports injury. Athletes find the symptoms to occur during the late cocking or early acceleration phases of throwing motions. So with this picture right here, we can see where our problem might be found. Again, during the late cocking and early acceleration phase of the throwing motion. Once symptoms are alleviated, the focus should be on flexor pronator mass rehab and future injury prevention. Surgery is only for those with persistent symptoms, and non-surgical aid includes activity modification, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and corticosteroid injections. How do you know you are dealing with or that your athlete is dealing with medial epicondylitis? So signs and symptoms include pain produced with forceful flexion or extension, elbow stiffness, hand and wrist weakness, point tenderness and mild swelling near medial epicondyle, passive movement of wrist seldom elicits pain, so even that subtle movement can produce a little bit of pain. Pain with resisted forearm flexion, and there is no laxity with this injury, so it is not a ligament injury. Prevention. So one of the most basic things you can do as a coach is to implement a pitch count, or just to limit the number of repetitions that your athlete is, for example, throwing a baseball or hitting a tennis ball or throwing a football, just to limit the number of repetitions to help that elbow, rest and recover. Ensure correct mechanics are being used. So always analyze your athlete, making sure they're using proper form so that they're not injuring themselves. Select and use proper equipment for the proper skill level. If you're coaching youth athletes, if you're coaching a youth football team, do not use a high school football thinking that it's gonna help them, with the smaller football. It's just not good for their elbows. Another example could be found with baseball. I know a lot of people, they have youth baseball players use them heavier balls to make it so that they could throw the normal ones faster. It's just, over time, it's going to create wear and tear in our elbows. So just try to avoid that. We should maintain and enhance levels of endurance strength in the muscles surrounding the elbows. And we can do this by incorporating workouts with, lower weight and higher reps. And of course, routine stretches of your elbow, forearm, and wrist before and after practice or before and after games will help with your elbow and will help with the range of motion in your elbow. So management, one of the easiest and most basic things you can do is rest your athlete. I put this picture right here to show you that, sometimes our athlete might be disappointed that you take them out due to, little discomfort in the elbow, but you need to let them know that they have a long career ahead of them. If they want to be playing the game for a long time, rest is important, and knowing when to rest is important. Slings can sometimes be used. You could ice, we can see with this picture right here, to reduce inflammation. Therapeutic modalities like cryotherapy or heat through ultrasound. Again, always analyze your athlete's form so that they're not injuring themselves. Make sure to correct it. In severe cases, the athlete will have to completely rest 7 to 10 days. That means no activity with splinting, with a splint on their elbow. But again, complete rest, no activity whatsoever. Braces do help. If you apply a brace below the elbow, it will help reduce the elbow stress. So finally, if your athlete starts to tell you about issues with their elbow, what you should do immediately is to completely rest the athlete. Please do not have them try to play another position or simply try to make them throw a little less. It's just, if you put them in another position, they're gonna still end up throwing a little bit. So the best thing you could do is just to completely rest them and to help them recover. And to, just you should be encouraging them to recover their bodies so that they, come back even stronger for the next game or the next practice or whatever it may be. But yeah, that's been today's briefing. Just a quick little rundown on medial epicondylitis, known as golfer's elbow. This is my works cited right here. Good luck to all you coaches this season. May we have a healthy season. Thank you again for coming to my little briefing. Yeah, thank you.